Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Marvel Zombies. This is just the base game. $130 I had to pay to get this because Brad and I both did kind of like, we had a local retailer who actually pledged on. So eventually we will have everything for this game. But right now this is just the base game. And here's the interesting thing about this, is because I think both you and I saw this, and we're like, come on.
Right.
Like, enough, Simon. Like, I think this was announced before Death May Die, Season 3.
Oh, it was easily.
So we were like, what the fuck? Enough with Zombicide. Like, you have the fucking regular Zombicide, then Black Plague, then Green Horde, and then the Western one, then Night of the Living Dead, and then probably some Zombicide porn thing. Then it's like... And we're like, can you just make better games? And then they announced this, and we were like completely not checked in. And then we kept seeing all the updates. We're like,
you get so much stuff.
That's a lot of heroes. That's a lot of miniatures.
Well, and it made 13 million.
No, because that'd be more than Frosthaven.
I thought Frosthaven was 15. Maybe it was 9 million. I can't remember. It was.
I'll look it up for you, Daddy.
But yeah, I mean, it was having this IP. I mean, it was a massive
9 million.
9. Okay.
I was like 13. That's beating Frosthaven out.
But I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, $9 million. And I was like, I really like the Marvel Zombies like comic books. It was actually the one What If episode that was good. I did not like any of the What Ifs except for the Zombies one. Because it's terrifying. Like, especially if, like, one of the heroes you can play as. Not heroes. One of the, I'm gonna say heroes, and I mean the zombies.
Zombified heroes.
Is Wasp. And that's fucking terrifying, because you can shrink to, like, a atom size and bite you, and now you're infected.
Yep.
So, essentially, Brad and I went all in for Marvel Zombies. The Galactus that...
Just under $700.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of shit. So, with that being said... After playing the base game of Marvel Zombies, are you happy with the game? And is this kind of like a fuck?
No,
That's a lot of money.
Well, here's the deal. I have not played the more updated. Like I stopped playing Zombicide after like the third season of Zombicide, the original stuff before Black Plague came out.
They had like the prison outbreak and stuff like
all
that.
that stuff. And so I heard they made a lot of improvements with Black Plague as far as the line of sight and just the different stuff they streamlined and made better. So I haven't played any of that. So playing this, whereas I get the feeling of Zombicide by watching the hordes come in and stuff, like I can see the changes that make it better,
fun,
you know, and everything, and even having these dashboards because they didn't have the dashboards in the last ones I played.
Right.
But and in this one, having the anti. Where you're playing the zombies, where I know you'll have the opportunity to play the good guys
as the heroes,
and some of the other content coming out later. But right now it's like you get to play the zombies and you're eating people, and it's just a unique spin on it, and I'm not disappointed at all. I mean, I'm excited to see what else, how the other stuff integrates into it.
Yeah, so I completely agree. I did play Black Plague. Say that 5 times fast. And I liked it. Like, I think it was at the time, whenever I got rid of it, I was like, well, I don't really like dice chuckers. I want more thought in my games. And Zombicide was just kind of like, oh, here's a bunch of shit that you basically spend more time putting them out on the board than they're wiped immediately. But, especially lately, I'm kind of enjoying these kinds of games again because... You just go in and you just chuck dice and have fun, and there's no real stress to it. There's no, like, oh, okay, I'll kill all these guys and then gain some XP, level up, get this cool ability, and just try and complete these missions.
Right.
And that's exactly what this is. Like, especially because I've been playing a lot of Massive Darkness 2, it's that exact same thing. You pick a mission, go in, and just chuck dice, gain loot, and just try and complete the mission and have fun. And that's exactly what this is. I completely agree. There's just so much shit that's going to be coming for it. But the base game comes with 6 heroes, 6 zombie heroes, which are Hulk, Deadpool, Captain America, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, and Wasp. Those are the 6 zombies you can play as. And then the heroes that can show up is Spider-Man, Black Panther, Miss Marvel, Scarlet Witch, Thor, and Doctor Strange. So those are the heroes that you can also, if you get the X-Men Resistance, you can play them as actual characters.
Right.
For some weird reason, that's actually kind of odd that the base game comes with stuff that you need for an expansion. Like, you actually have content in here you cannot use. I guess you could, right? I mean, you could theoretically just... No, because none of the missions would make sense.
Right.
I was going to say, just take a hero card and then use the zombie spawn things.
There was a little bit of chatter on that, I know, on the message board thing and stuff for it.
It's like
talking about that.
Well, because for setting it up the first time, I was like, "What the fuck are these cards?
Mm-hmm.
Are these are different bystanders?" It's like, "Oh no, those are for the. You need an expansion to use them." Well, why are they in the core game then? But yeah, this is let's see, what is I was just looking at some of the zombie cards. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think if you like a zombie side and you like Marvel, obviously, then this is... But I find it really hard to own multiple zombie side games.
Right.
Like, I don't see why anyone would want to own Black Plague and Green Horde, which I think was expansions to Black Plague.
It was like a standalone expansion.
But you can, like, combine them.
Yeah.
And then you would own... Why would you want to own the Western one and then this one? Unless you're just really into... Because I don't... Like, none of them are all, like... It's not like Shadows of Brimstone or something where you can just combine them, where you're like, hey, it's Marvel superheroes in the Western setting.
Right.
They're all standalone, so it's kind of like pick your poison at this point of what theme you like. And I like Marvel, so I went with this one.
Yeah, the unique thing I thought was cool with this was the hunger track.
Mm-hmm.
Having to manage that, and we talked about it, how it kind of has that death may die a little bit. The more higher on that track you are to going crazy with hunger, the stronger your attacks and stuff are, which is awesome. The trait cards are something new that, I mean, it wasn't in, the old zombie side of that. So you can just spend an action to get it. It's not like you have to search and find shit.
Yeah.
You can just take an action, get it. It's a one-time use trait that you have, and they're good from the ones we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so some of these in here are like ambush cards. So, like, you can draw into them, and it's just like, spawn a trooper in your zone, then draw another trait card. So, it can just, it's not like, oh, you're just attacked. Because here's the thing. Well, about these, like, discard during your turn, perform 1 free devour attack. That's just, I mean, the Frenzied allowed me to run in and just demolish Thor. It was embarrassing. He thought he was the strongest one, but then I ate him.
I know him from work.
Yeah, imagine that scene, but Hulk is trying to actually kill him. And this just has a bunch of that kind of, like, especially if you're really into the lore, it's like, that's terrifying. A terrifying sight, a zombified Hulk. Like, he's truly bloodlusted. But yeah, the zombie traits are neat. You can just grab 2 of them. You get 3 actions. Just do free-flowing on kind of what you want.
I kind of like I don't know if this is what the theme is of it, but like when you devour a bystander, then you get their power. It's almost like you take their essence.
Almost.
A little bit. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, but like I ate Wong, so I got the ability was after performing a melee attack, I could increase my hunger to do rerolls. It's
right.
So it's just kind of an additional thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like in lieu of like Black Plague, I believe you like looted for items.
Right.
It's instead of that, because there'd be no reason for the zombie characters to use items. You don't want to go in and search and be like, I have a gun now. And it's like, so that's kind of a way of them giving you special abilities instead of your own.
Yeah, because there's no items in this game.
No.
So,
I also like the fact, I mean, this one's just kind of fun. Well, so Massive Darkness 2 it's shared XP, so it's like unless you kill a minion, then you get the XP. But if you kill a leader, everyone gets 2 XP. If you kill a roaming monster, everyone gets 4. I like that system. This one is still kind of like I got up to 19 and you got up to 5. And that's kind of like, as a player, you might be like, well, I mean, I'd like to have my extra abilities too.
That was our decision, though. I mean, you decided to go run into the fight, and I went searching.
Definitively, I was only as successful as I was because you went and found Wong right off the bat. And it's like, oh, great. Please kill him, because Doctor Strange is going to keep coming back, and he's going to fuck me up.
Because and that was an effect of that, because if this wouldn't have been Wong, I would have had to have been fighting all this shit, and I would have been leveling up too. I think it was just
it still could be a little deflating if one person's like, oh, I'm going, now I have this, and you're like, I don't even have another action.
Right.
So, it's kind of like, it's one of those games. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from being like, okay, I'm just going to go in and kill these guards. Or I'm going to kill all these troopers just so I can at least get to level 2. But the other thing is, at first I was thinking, oh, well, this game seems kind of easy. Then I look at my my health track, and I was one bad card draw away from us losing.
Right.
Because it's like, even though I'm zombified Hulk, I still only have 5 HP, and and enemies always hit. So me running off like that, if these guys spawned in and then the next one over here was a fucking all troopers sidearm attack, well, that's 6 damage. They just shot me and now I died. I mean, finding Wong in the first card was big, because if he would have been back here, I mean, because you were way up there, I would have been trying to do that, and I wasn't even anywhere because I ran all the way up here, so I'd have to go back around just if he was there or in here.
We were, because I don't know if we would have survived if it wouldn't have been right there.
It would have been. I wouldn't have been as keen on killing Doctor Strange,
because I would assume you probably would have went for that card. Maybe
that would have been the closest.
Since some of those were coming in and stuff,
or maybe I might have stayed the same and just keep waiting for Doctor Strange to break his protection spell to try and keep him down. Because, I can see. I wiped Doctor Strange in one hit. That makes sense. I'm the Hulk. However, because of everything else and the chance of me missing or increasing hunger and stuff, he counts as another spawn point.
Yeah,
that's disgusting. That's there, and there, and they all just, especially when a lot of these cards are just extra activations or specialists coming in, and they go again, and they spawn and then summon, and then here's another superhero. It would have been Doctor Strange and Thor. So I feel like this game, it has its ebbs and flows where it feels good. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like it's going to be like, wow, we drew the first spawn cards and we lost. And I like the fact that the superheroes, they're squishy, but because it comes down to die rolls, they're still powerful. Like, had I not had the -1 toughness, Thor would have done 2 damage to me.
Whacked on you pretty good.
Just hit me, and it's like, okay, I'm almost dead, because I have to do 5 in 1 hit, except with my special ability. It's pretty cool. I rolled exactly 4. I'm like, no. But it's just a lot of fun. I think with the latest CMON games that I've played, because a lot of people like to shit on them. They're like the company to shit on, and I'm guilty of it as well. Is just being like, God, CMON, come up with some original ideas. But I think still at the end of the day, they just make fun games. Cthulhu Death May Die Season 3 will be coming out at some point. Fucking stoked for that. I went all in on that one again. Yep. So I'll have 2 massive minis, Cthulhu versus Galactus. Who do you think wins in that fight? I know, that's a good one. Galactus, or he eats
Galactus
planets.
Is the eater of worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd still probably give it to Galactus. There's just more info to go off of versus Cthulhu being just unspeakable horror. Although I would say there are probably some old ones who could beat Galactus, but just not Cthulhu himself.
Right.
But yes, there's that one, and then I've been digging Massive Darkness too, which is another CMON game. So yeah, like I'll look forward to having 800 zombie heroes to play and 800 heroes to play if you just want to fight against them, which I like that being an option.
Right.
Don't like the fact that you can't do it right out the gate. They should have just had the core game with those rules. But because is it every character has 2, or did some not?
I think pretty much most of them do, because those were
Okay.
that's how they were doing the stretch goals.
Right.
There'd be a zombie version, and then there'd be a normal version.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they
I think a
probably
lot of
leveled
them got
out.
it. Maybe not every single one,
Right.
but unless they did one of those things where it's kind of like, oh, okay, now we'll just make everyone
Right.
kind of have.
We only made 9 million. We were shooting for 10. But
We needed 10 million to be able to really get this game up there, but unfortunately, sorry guys. But yeah, core game still very solid. There are hero mode missions. There's one.
there are hero mode missions in there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
there's 10. There's 10 missions in the game. Well, 11 counting the tutorial. And then the hero missions, there are 5.
Okay, so you can do it out of the box. It's just not fully.
Yeah, it's yeah, I guess so. But it says require the rules and components found in the Marvel Zombies X-Men Resistance core
Okay.
box in order to be played.
So yeah, we can't then.
Yeah, it's kind of odd though, because it seems like everything's here.
I know that there was complaining about that when the campaign was going, because they were like pretty much forcing people
You had to buy an
to
expansion.
buy that expansion.
Yeah,
with
otherwise
the
you
core
have,
game,
you have stuff in the box you can't use. That's really dumb.
which I didn't throw much of a fit, because I was going for everything anyway, so it didn't
Sure.
make a
Yeah.
difference to me. But those people that weren't wanting to buy everything, they had to,
And here's one other thing I will say about this that I don't believe. I don't think Black Plague had it, and I'm pretty sure like Massive Darkness doesn't have it. But in the missions, underneath the title, it tells you difficulty and how long it'll take.
That's cool.
And so, like, we did a medium one, and it said 45 minutes. And while I thought it was kind of easy, I think it's medium if you don't luck out and draw
Oh yeah,
off
we
right
were
off the bat.
extremely lucky.
Yeah, but 45 minutes was still
Yeah.
like we were about 10 minutes shy of that. So I love that. I love that the missions. It's like, do we want to do this? Do we want to do this ticket to the multiverse? We should have done that because of Ant-Man. But it's very hard, and it's 2 hours. And look at that map. It's every tile, but with a bunch of rules and stuff, and yeah. And then if you have 5 or 6 players, you have more spawn points, of course. So
Right.
bunch of secret missions. It's pretty cool. Like I think these games need to have a bunch of missions to kind of keep it exciting.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, you have any negatives besides the one with components that can't be used? That's
Yeah,
kind of
I
annoying.
don't think so currently right now. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just this is just like dipping your toe in it
It
right
is,
now.
yeah.
So I mean, it's like there's so much other stuff coming out and different deals that's just going to add more to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what I see so far. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
really have any negatives really.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, dice are dice. There's nothing really exciting about those dice. It's just, it's almost your dated kind of hit system. Like, oh, that's how many I roll. That's what I need to hit. But your odds are relatively good because of the. If they didn't have this hunger track that added dice,
Yeah.
I would actually kind of probably find it like monotonous. Be like,
Right.
2 dice. All right, this is exciting. I'm only pinking away, but no, it's just like, oh, 6 something's coming in. Okay, let's kill them all. But then you also run the risk of being ravenous. But I like how ravenous isn't like, it's not like insanely dangerous.
Right.
But at the same time, if you end your turn ravenous, you take a damage.
Right.
And for me, that's 1/5 of my health. So I'm curious, actually. Yeah. It's CMON, so storage system is trash. I hate them. They will always be the worst for that. Fantasy Flight has better inserts than they do. That's actually not true. That's not true at all. They at least have some semblance. It's just with all their expansions, you don't have any.
You're looking at the hit points.
They're all 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hulk and Thor. You'd think would be the ones that would be the highest.
Well, Thor's not a fucking playable guy. Well, he is. Thor only has 3.
Really?
But yeah, they all have 3 as heroes.
Oh, okay.
But they're probably, they probably have special abilities that.
Well, because my fully pumped up red one is pretty neat. Because if I was to be eliminated, instead I come back with 1 health.
Oh, neat. What's the type?
It's called Didn't Aim for the Head. So I get to come right back with 1 health, and I get to do a free attack action.
That's cool.
So,
what I gotta say though, this art, the zombie art, is awesome. Like, they look super cool. Oh shit, the Captain America one, he has Bucky's arm ripped off.
Oh, that's
underneath. Cool. Is that on his mini? Because the minis have bases on them as well. It does. You can see it underneath him.
That's crazy.
All right, Cat, buckle up. You're going to be painting. No. Captain Marvel has a Skrull's head ripped off. Wasp is fine. Iron Man has his Hulkbuster helmet underneath him.
That's cool.
So that's pretty dope. I mean, Hulk just has a steel beam.
My guy's holding Bob's head.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Murder is so funny. But yeah, the art is fantastic. So yeah, other than that, I don't really have any complaints either. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this?
Base game right now.
Real quick, actually, before you
Yes.
let you think on it, this is actually nice. This is something they haven't done. Just having the separate box. They did this for Bloodborne as well, but this, because Bloodborne was like the side thing, you had to pull them all out.
Right.
This one actually had like a lid. And I just find that way easier. Like, this was easy to just kind of set off to the side and I can just reach in.
Yep.
Because Massive Darkness 2 is fucking trash. I'm just like, hold on, let me look through the bags to try and figure out who's who. This was just, 6 troopers.
Yeah, right.
It was not as tedious as I thought it was going to be. And that's base game, so obviously with all the expansions, that's probably not going to be the case.
Well, we'll see.
But I did like this little touch of a component.
I think I'm settling in about like an 8.5.
Okay.
I think right now.
Yeah.
You know? Just because there's not really any complaints.
No real complaints. Like, it's not like amazing. I'm not sitting here like, whoa, this is mind blowing. But it's fun and it's still a good time and it's Marvel and it's thematic. And it was nice. It was a nice balance. Like, I wasn't sitting here like,
right,
I missed again, and I had 3 health, so it's like 1 bad card that could have been shot. But whenever you ran up to me, it's like, oh, okay, we can distribute the damage some way.
Right.
This would probably be just as fun with more people, more heroes, more spawn. It'd be just a ravenous zombie game. And I'm not big on zombies. Like, that's one of my least favorite themes. So that was another reason why I didn't want to touch it. But still a lot of fun. I'm a little bit lower, like barely. I'm at an 8 right now.
And I could have been either way. Like right now, it's just early.
Yeah. I think on trying more missions, just playing with more heroes, and then just having more heroes. This game, the base game, does still beg for more, which will very much be coming, and then you'll have plenty. I could see this being a 9 though, with all the content.
Right.
But until that day, that's our thoughts on Marvel Zombies. So let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.